Well, my daddy left home when I was 3. He didn't leave much to Ma and me, just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did, before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought it was quite a joke. Got a lot of laughs from lots of folks. See, my mouth had to hide my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd turn red. Some guy'd laugh, I'll bust his head. I'll tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard, my wits got keen. I roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars. I'd search the honky-tonks and bars and kill that man to give me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July. I just hit town, my throat was dry. I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew at an old saloon on the street of mud. There at a table dealing studs sat the dirty mangy dog who named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had. I knew that scar on his cheek, evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold. I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you're gonna die." That's what I told him. Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes. He went down, but to my surprise, he come up with a knife, cut off a piece of my ear. I busted the chair across his teeth, but through the walls into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud, and the blood, and the beer. I'll tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He bit like a mule, kicked like a crocodile. I heard him laugh and I heard him cuss. He went for his gun, I pulled mine first. I stood there looking at him, saw him smile. And he said, "Son, this world is rough. If a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I give you that name and I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die. It's that name that's helped to make you strong. Now, you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now. I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your gut and the spit in your eye, cause I'm the dirty son of a bitch that named you Sue. What could I do? I got all choked up, threw down my gun, called him Pa, he called me his son, and I walked away with a different point of view. And I think about him every now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I think I'll name him Bill or George or Michelle, anything but Sue. I hate that name.